In the world of global diplomacy, India's energy choices have become a hot-button issue. As the West intensifies its scrutiny, India continues to make strategic decisions that defy global expectations. At the heart of this debate, Russian oil. While the US and other Western nations see this as a problem, India views it as a necessity for its growing economy and energy security. The stakes are high, and India is standing firm on its choices. US President Donald Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro has called India the Maharaja of tariffs and a laundromat for the Kremlin. According to him, India is profiteering from the war in Ukraine by purchasing discounted Russian oil.
Prior to the invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, India bought virtually no Russian oil. I mean, it was like 1% of their needs. So the argument somehow now, as the percentage has gone up to like 30 and 35%, that somehow they need Russian oil is nonsense. And what I do in the Financial Times article is I illustrate how Russian refiners have gotten in bed with Italian refiners in a game in which they get cheap Russian crude, follow me here, they get crude at a discount, and then they make refined products which they sell at premium prices into Europe, Africa, and Asia. It's strictly profiteering by the Indian refining industry, big oil. Now think about India when you think about the tariffs we're putting in place. 25% because they cheat us on trade, 25% because of the Russian oil.
But India's response is clear. It's not just about oil, it's about energy security. India's Foreign Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has repeatedly emphasized that India is committed to its energy security. It's not about politics. It's about feeding a nation of over 1.4 billion people. India needs oil, and Russia is offering a discount that benefits India's economy.
We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian oil. That is China. We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian LNG. I'm not sure, but I think that is the European Union. We are not the country which has the biggest trade surge with Russia after 2022. I think there are some countries to the south. We are a country where actually the Americans said for the last few years that we should do everything to stabilize the world energy markets, including buying oil from Russia. Incidentally, we also buy oil from America, and that amount has been increasing. So, quite honestly, we are very perplexed at the logic of the argument that you had referred to.
India's relationship with Russian oil isn't just about a short-term fix. It's part of a larger vision: energy sovereignty. India has grown its oil imports from Russia from just 1.7% in 2020 to a staggering 35% in 2025. This isn't a coincidence, it's intentional. India's priority is clear: secure affordable energy and reduce reliance on unpredictable suppliers. As Western sanctions tighten around Russia, India has found an opportunity to secure discounted oil, helping to keep its economy stable and fueling rapid industrialization. For Russia, this partnership has been a lifeline. Moscow has struggled with Western sanctions, but India's increasing reliance on Russian oil has allowed Russia to redirect its energy exports to a reliable partner. This isn't about taking sides. It's about meeting energy needs in a volatile world.
Есть у нас хорошие результаты в сотрудничестве в сфере углеводородов, поставки российской нефти на индийский рынок. И у нас обоюдная заинтересованность в том, чтобы реализовывать совместные проекты по добыче энергоносителей, в том числе в Российской Федерации, на Дальнем Востоке и на Арктическом шельфе.
For India, this deal isn't a political statement. It's a pragmatic decision in a world where energy is the foundation of everything. From electricity generation to transportation and even industrial growth, oil remains a critical component of India's energy mix. But India isn't alone in this approach. China, India's neighbor and rival, is also buying Russian oil at record levels. Together, India and China now make up over 60% of Russia's oil exports, a vital lifeline for Moscow. However, there's an irony here. The US, while chastising India for its energy ties with Russia, has refrained from similar criticism of China. This double standard is not lost on India, and it underscores the complexities of global diplomacy.
The United States has imposed tariffs of up to 50% on India and even threatened for more. China firmly opposes it. In the face of such acts, silence or compromise only emboldens the bully. China will firmly stand with India.
The West has been relentless in its pressure on India to reduce its oil imports from Russia. But take a closer look at the numbers. In data shared by Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, China bought the highest percentage of Russia's crude oil. Its purchase stands at 47%. Same is the case with coal, as China again bought a majority, 44% of all Russia's coal exports as of June this year. Interestingly, Turkey, which happens to be a key NATO member, is the largest buyer of Russian oil product exports with 26% purchase. Talk about West's double standards, and EU's LNG purchase of Russia's LNG stands at a whopping 51%, as it's also the case with pipeline gas, where EU is again the highest buyer at 37%. India's commitment to energy security is unwavering, and the world must understand India's decisions are made for its people, not based on the whims of global power struggles. So, as India continues to balance energy deals with Russia, diplomatic ties with the West, and a rising China, one thing is for sure: India is no longer just a player in the energy game. It's setting the rules for its future and navigating the geopolitics with sharp diplomacy and bold decisions.